You have levels. Gundam has skill. It is the Thar map. Is it Rath or Thar? It's the fucking big one, except instead of an outpost, you've got money box that pops out here in the middle. First belch of this new season. Very nice. Big Boss in the Shark Helix. Hugo in the Night Vision Osprey. And Reliability in the Vanilla to round out this pro lineup of AirMech badasses. Game kicks off. Reliability fakes to mid. Decides to bring that horn down to the southwestern outpost. Boss bringing in horns from the west. Nobody's cheesing at the moment. Oh, wait. Just as I say that, Reliability loads up some flamers. Goes straight for that eastern outpost. Over on the west, Hugo and Gundam start going at it. Hugo gets it halfway down to one turret. And it does go neutral. And back on the other side, Big Boss and Reliability scrapping over this outpost. Hugo heads back to main, drops a Seeker in front of main. Maybe odd timing for it, but okay. Scoops up some flamers. And gets to work trying to reclaim this for impossible cheese. It's improbable cheese is what I'll call it. Gundam puts in some more work on this southwestern outpost. I swear to God, I've been playing this for like over a year. I still blank on it when I look at these. What is that, a factory? A power supply station? Hugo does manage to get this back in the orange corner. Big Boss runs a Longhorn in, gets rid of that Seeker, and now Gundam coming in with a Gemini. Parks it right behind. Big Boss there to pick him up. That outpost does go orange. As Boss and Hugo both converge on Gundam, and he's forced to bounce. Turn and burn, ditching his tank and setting it to Y attack, it looks like. It matters not as Big Boss gets behind it and quickly leaves it in the dust. Blue with a few tanks on this northeast. Reliability issuing the call out, and Gundam's already there. Orange massing up some dudes here. They could just roll those things in right now, but maybe he doesn't know that. They do now as Hugo and Big Boss both start ferrying tanks over there. Gundam quickly on the scene, farting out some counterattack. Units rather. Reliability issuing a call out and responding to Gundam's situation. Hugo and Big Boss both getting low and both forced back. Stray Longhorn Gundam puts a few rounds into it before Big Boss scoops it up and sends it back. Up the northeast, Hugo gets behind. I swear to Christ. Can I just know what this is? It's an outpost. He grays it out, neutralizes it. Scoops up his Gemini and is forced to ditch it. Check that out. Big Boss squeezes a few infantry guys in there, but it quickly goes back neutral with all those blue tanks surrounding it. Hugo trying to step to this little cluster of tanks, but it's not really happening. He is forced to retreat. Orange does leave one tank behind, and it quickly goes down. Big Boss dumps some infantry in there. It might not be the time for it. And here we go. Mini push from Blue. They'll get where they're going eventually. Meanwhile, Big Boss drops a moneymaker. I'm trying to ascertain whether these have been set to attack main. It looks like they have. When they get there, they're going to find some gaddies blocking this choke. A move that you rarely see, but here it is. It doesn't look like anybody on orange has picked up on this. Until now, Big Boss hits the ground, chews on that lead Gemini a little bit from the rear, and between him, Hugot, and this whole contingent here, that pushes DOA. Was it simply a diversion for this? It looks like it might have been. Big Boss and Hugot respond to it quickly, though. Quickly is the word. That's what I wanted to say. They respond with speed. And that blue push also gets snapped off. Stray tank, Big Boss is on the case. Drills it from the back. I promise I won't make that choke too much. But I can't promise I'll never make it. Both of those tanks go down. Hugot shows up, heals him a little bit, and Big Boss says, you know what? I'm going to do some of my own healing. Gets a few rounds punched into him by some stray blue units. Issues a call-out. And reliability also with a call-out. Motherfuckers are just calling for help. Blowing the rape whistle. Big Boss with a recon pass, a little bit of lag. And here's a play that you see more and more. Actually, this is a Jackal push, but Joker pushes are becoming a lot more common. Is there a huge difference between the two? Not really. This one splits off. My cat wants to come in, but I'm not going to let him. And this push splits itself into 3. These are going to die pretty fast. These aren't going to last very long either. And these just run into a whole cluster of doom. And ultimately, that was a whole lot of Jackals that went into not a whole lot. Big Boss gets a chuckle out of that. As well he ought. Blue trying to get their fangs into this. With all these orange tanks, might be tough going. That one Seeker almost, well, not almost takes Hugot down, but takes a good piece out of him before it gets destroyed by Longhorns. Meanwhile, down here, Blue neutralizes this, and their map control is pretty nice. Which is funny considering that Orange has about a 4-3 troop lead on them. Reliability. I'm presuming these Archies are his handiwork. And they get rid of one Longhorn and then the other. Some horns coming from the north. They probably will not live. But if they moved in with this, good things could happen for them. As it stands, though, Blue... Pardon me. With 4 possessions to Orange's 2. Big Boss apparently has something planned. Looks like he's going for main. Hugot right there with bombs. Plants them both at that corner and goes to work. Hugot going after the economy. And down here, reliability, taking my advice. The pros move. Pushing all these in. Big Boss, quick to respond. It looks like Orange giving up any ambitions of making a GG moment out of this drop. Does pull Gundem off the front line, though. I'm waiting to see what happens with this. They gonna move it? They gonna leave it there for defense? Whatever they do or don't do, they gotta get rid of this and hang on to this. SD indeed. Big Boss almost gets blown up, doesn't though. Picks up some Easter egg bombs. And, bit of a misfire. It's okay. Happens to the best of us. Blue scoops up that southern outpost. Hey, it's our kingdom. Oh, it's just half of it? Okay. I have the Super Nintendo sound library booted up. And Genesis and Game Boy Advance. So occasionally some sound clips just pop in from out of nowhere. I'll say one thing. Everything the light touches other than this eastern outpost is Blue's kingdom. Orange knows it, and they're going for that haymaker. Pushing them all the way in. Blue sees it. Or do they? Yeah. Reliability is definitely hip to it. If Blue snaps this off, which they probably will, I don't see Orange coming back in any way. However, that is assuming that they're able to beat this, which actually, I don't know, let's see what happens. Let's not commit to one outcome or another, as all these Geminis, Longhorns hit the scene. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to reverse that earlier prediction. It looks like Orange picked the right time to make the right move. And despite Blue having map dominance, all it took was one good, actually two good pushes merged together to put this one in the win column. Tank spam OP. I mean, it's like the standard way to win in any game. Gundem gets a good chuckle out of it. Game over.